everyone. Welcome to welcome to week 4 of Custom Fitness 101, the College of Knowledge, 12 weeks of fitness Christmas. My name is Monica Anderson.
And I'm Dean Walters.
This week's what? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we are both trainers here at
We
Custom
are.
Fitness in Fort Myers.
Yes.
And this week's topic is going to be...
This week's topic is about the importance of showing up and the concept that physical activity is a non-negotiable. Those are the two things I want to make sure I highlight. As far as showing up goes, there is something to be said about just showing up. So showing up to your appointment, I know that sounded really basic, but there's something to be said about showing up to your appointment, even if you are going to take a totally different route than was scheduled. There's something to be said about routine. So there are a lot of us who don't have like a very set schedule, like a Monday 8 to 5 type thing. Not everybody has that. But if you got into a routine of just showing up to anything really, but especially we're talking about the gym here, to your physical activity of the day. Even if it is you were trying to take a beach walk every Friday night or every Saturday morning. It's the concept of moving around what needs to be moved around so that you can make that happen as a part of your regular daily routine. So the non-negotiable aspect of that is that you are always making the time to get in physical activity, even if it means showing up to the beach, walking a little bit, maybe a shorter duration than you planned, but at least you went there. You got into the routine of making it happen, even if you had to make a modification in any way. Maybe you did a little bit higher intensity for a shorter amount of time, but at least you showed up and you put that into your routine. When we were talking about this before, Dean brought up a great point. Only floss the teeth that you want to keep. Can you imagine if we didn't, like if we just said, I'm just not going to brush my teeth today or for the next 3 days, or I haven't been to a gym setting in over a year, if we said that about brushing our teeth. Like that's just something that's not, it's a non-negotiable. It has to be a part of your daily routine. And it's not a 6 days a week, 1 day of rest type thing. That's a little bit different level of activity. But physical activity as far as going on a walk or walking the dogs a little bit longer, showing up to a gym appointment, even if it's a 25-minute session instead of 45-minute session or an hour, at least you are keeping your routine, you're proving to yourself and showing yourself that you understand that physical activity is a non-negotiable, and you're giving yourself a routine to understand for the rest of your life that there is no ifs, ands, or buts around getting in physical activity of any kind.
And I've noticed with my clients that I would say at least 99 times out of 100, if somebody gets to the gym and does their workout, by the end of it, if they were feeling lousy when they walked in,
They don't feel lousy.
No, they say, oh, I'm so glad I did show up. I feel so much better,
Yep.
or I feel less stress. My energy is back. But when you're talking about that, it reminded me of an example that I saw on Facebook. Oh my God, something that actually was real on Facebook.
Right. I love when that happens.
And it's the story of the big rocks, or in this case, we'll say the big golf balls. A teacher came into his class and he put a big beaker, on the desk, and he poured a bunch of golf balls in it all the way to the top. And he asked his students, "Is it full?" And they went, "Well, yeah." But then he took some small pebbles and he poured those all over it, and those settled down in. And he said, "Is it full now?" And they said, "Well, yeah, we think." Then he put sand in there, and it filled all the way up. And he said, "What about now?" And they said, "Oh yeah, now it is." But then he took beer. And he poured beer on top of it, which of course settled down in.
Yep.
And he said, "Now is it full?" And they went,
Still
"Well,
full."
yeah." And he said, "The point is, the big rocks, or in this case, the golf balls, are the important things in your daily schedule. If you don't get those in first, you're not going to fit them in." He said, "Can you imagine trying to fit them in if your thing is full of sand?"
Right.
So the smaller the whether it's pebbles or sand, those are the less important things in your day.
And physical activity is being treated like beer.
Yes. You gotta make it
It's not.
a golf ball. You gotta make it
we
an
are a
important
golf ball.
thing. You gotta schedule it in. But speaking of the beer, then the students asked him, "Well, Professor, what does the beer mean?" And he said, "Oh, that's simply an example of no matter how busy your schedule is, there's always time to sit down with a few friends and have a beer." So I like that whole
And get in your
analogy.
physical activity.
Yes, so you can burn off the beer.
Yes,
There we go.
exactly.
So is that a wrap for this week?
I think so.
That is a wrap. We will see you next week when our topic will be, achieving a
good
certain level of health is different than achieving a particular number on the scale.
That's right.
So,
we
have a-
actually have to weigh ourselves every single morning.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yep,
Have a great, healthy week.
absolutely. We'll see you next week. Bye now.